Alright, we've got this zoomed in pretty close now. Usually before I start doing my tag ends here, as you can see, we've inserted some golf tees in here. What I like to do, it just makes your strings come out. Once you're doing your tag ends, it leaves all your colors kind of separated instead of getting jumbled up. I put these golf tees in. I've separated the red from the pinstripe, and then the black from the pinstripe, and then I've also inserted these in here in the top on the outside of the individual colors, putting the pinstripe on the outside of the tee, and that just helps keep everything separated and where they need to be for me. We'll zoom it back out, and then we'll go ahead and start doing our tie off. All right, on the ends, once you take your tie off colors, they're crossed. I just go ahead and cross them one more time, and then I'll take each side. This side will go over the top and down, and then the other side will go under and up. Then I'll pull them tight. And I'm going to do two more on the side I started with, and then I'll do two more on the other side. And that's going to kind of keep everything stabilized, and then we'll start doing just one single side. Alright, come on, get through there. It's going a little bit slow, but I usually stand there a little bit different when I'm trying to do this, but I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera right here. Alright, once you have the other two wraps on there on each side, just pull it tight, and then we'll leave the opposite side hanging loose. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep putting the wraps in till I get just past the post. And once I get past the post, then we're going to tie off. I'll show you how I tie off the pinstripe. And it's not really a tie off, it's just a wrap, but haven't had a bit of trouble with it. It seems to work really well, and it's pretty easy. Alright, I'm going to do about one or two more, and then we'll do the pin. Alright, what I do here is just to hold it in place while I'm putting my wraps in the pin. I just go around the post, hold that tight a few times. Alright, now I'll take the pinstripe loose, and this is where it helps having the pinstripe separated to the outside of the colors, because now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the pinstripe 3 times. Don't want to pull it real snug. You go to pulling real hard, you're gonna pull it up underneath your red wrap. Just pull it up where it's just snug. Once you get that done, then I'll go back and I just put it tight back on the pinstripe post. Now take your red back loose, and then just continue on with this side. Hoping y'all can see this, my fingers aren't all in the way. But it's not a hard process, it's just Alright, now we've got We got about as far as we want to go. Let me see if I can zoom this a little. Alright, it's gonna get shaky because I'm gonna try and turn this. I'm gonna try and turn the camera a little bit. Alright, what I do now is we have the red, we have the white pin, and we have black. I don't put a knot in any of this. It's just wraps. So what I'll do, and you don't have to be exact, just somewhere in the middle, split the red on this side. Easier said than done, eh? Alright, just split that red. Just run it through the middle of the bundle here. And then pull it through. Alright. Then just snug it up pretty tight. Then I'm going to come in I go underneath the pinstripe. Well, I really look like a pro here, don't I? Before I do my last wrap, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull this up here and just cut that tail. So what we've done, you had your 3 wraps underneath, your 3 wraps on your pinstripe under there. We've covered that up and pulled everything tight. So we just cut that off, get it out of the way. Now to finish my red tag, I just go up here, split the black just about anywhere, it doesn't matter. Pull it tight. And once I get it tight, I just cut it off flush. And that's gonna stay. And I don't know, hopefully you can see, but it's all tied, and this is very smooth. Alright, now I'm gonna do basically the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna zoom it back out a little so you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna do the same thing. We'll just pull all this up, keep wrapping until we get to the end of the post. Alright, then we'll tie the red back off over here, just holding it snug. The same thing just like we did on the other side. We'll pull the pin, just go around that pinstripe 3 times. We'll go back to your pinstripe post and tie it off. Alright, and we'll just continue on. For as far as you need to go. On this one, I'm about to where I'm going to start pulling my bundles together. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut the pinstripe now. That way it'll be out of the way. We've already got all 3 covered, so it's no problem. You just cut it off flush. So at this point, your pinstripe it's tied off. It's underneath everything. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around both sides 4 times. Alright, once I get to 4, then I pull it all tight. Alright, it's going to get jiggly, but I'm going to try to go ahead and pick it up a little bit and see if maybe y'all can see this better. Alright, and what we're going to do now, I'm going to slide these back just a little bit so it's not pulling so much. Then I'm going to just keep going around the whole thing till I get this other side that I started on covered up underneath. Once I get that, then what I'm going to do is basically the same way we tied this side off. What we're going to do, just grab half the red, go through. Once again, easier than what it. Alright, pull it pretty tight. Then I'm going to go underneath both pinstripes. Pull it tight. Then I'm going to go through the middle of the black. And pull it up tight. I don't cut this side off. I like to leave it. So after I get it stretched to, twisted and stretched to 300 pounds, before I put serving on all this to finish the string up, I'll pull it up to 300 pounds, and I like to give this a pretty good tug just to make sure everything is still good and tight before I serve over the top of it. And then before I start serving, then I'll pull it tight and cut it off. Alright, well we'll go ahead and do the other end, and then we'll come back and we'll show you the twisting and burnishing process.